Today we are discussing about air microflora and dispersal of microorganisms. That means air microflora is nothing but the which type of microorganisms present in air and how they are dispersed in air. Next, coming to the aeromicrobiology, the study of microorganisms and their spore spore dispersal in air is nothing but the aeromicrobiology. In this, we study the aerosolization and aerial transmission and biological materials. It is also include the study of diseases transmitted through respiratory routes. This field of aeromicrobiology is important as it involves formation of aerosols, their transmission and deposition in soil. Here we are discussing about the aerosol formation. In this aeromicrobiology, aerosol formation is important for the transmission of microorganisms from one area to another area. Next, coming to the aeromicrobiology, the important gases that affect the microorganisms are hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, chlorine, hydrogen fluoride, ozone, etc. These gases affects the growth as well as increases the growth of the particular microorganism in air. The microbial forms are bacteria, and generally we are found which type of microorganisms in air are bacteria, fungi and actinomycetes, algae, spores of pteridophytes, pollen grains, microinsects and viruses. These type of microbial population is present in the air. Next, coming to the how bioaerosol forms. Here we observed bioaerosol forms based on size and moisture content, and it depends on the how much size of aerosol formed and how much moisture content is present in that particular aerosol. Low size, the aerosol formation is three types. One is smallest, medium and largest. Medium size aerosol formation is suitable for the transmission of the microorganisms. Smallest one is low weight, low moisture content, easily dry in the atmosphere. It doesn't reach to the soil. Larger aerosol consisting of high moisture content as well as it is high weight, higher size, leads to the due to the gravitational force, these droplets are immediately fall on the surface of the soil. So medium size aerosol formation is the suitable for the transmission of the microorganism. Here we are observe aerosol form. Center one aerosol. Aerosols are formed as a droplet or dry dust particles or droplet nuclei. These are the three forms of the aerosol. Habitats. Here we are observing the habitats, that is clouds, atmospheres. These habitats are suitable for the aerosol formation. Then clouds, visible mass of the condensed water. Here the pH 3 to 7, that is nothing but the acidic pH are observed in that clouds. In atmosphere, different types of regions are present. One is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exospace. Depends on the atmospheric conditions in that particular spheres, leads to the development of the particular microorganisms in that particular area. Factors affecting for microbial growth. These are the factors affect the microbial growth. For example, pH, aeration, temperature, moisture, nutrients, UV radiation, etc. Here we are observing the pH, that is nothing but the neutral pH is suitable for the growth of bacteria. Acidic pH is suitable for the growth of fungi. Aeration, oxygen presence is suitable for the aerobic microorganisms. Absence of oxygen is suitable for the anaerobic microorganisms. Mesophiles, we are observing psychrophiles, mesophiles, thermophiles, low temperature, medium temperature and high temperature. Depends on the temperature, microorganisms also grow. Low moisture content, high moisture content, nutrient value. For example, some microorganisms are suitable for the growth of the, for example, fungi. Fungi is grown on sabrons or potato exposed agar. Here also some selective media. We are observing differential media and selective media suitable, for example, eosin methylene blue agar or Mekong agar. These are the differential media which are used for the suitable for the coliform identification. UV radiations also affects the growth of the microorganisms in air. There are, in this we are differentiate the indoor aero microbiology. It deals with the microorganisms present in the indoor. That is nothing but the indoor is nothing but the closed area. Closed area is nothing but the indoor. Which type of microorganisms present in the, we are studying about the which type of microorganisms present in the closed area is nothing but the indoor environment. These microorganisms which are responsible biodeterioration of storage materials. Next, aeroallergen. Allergy is caused by certain biological and abiological agents present in the atmosphere. The allergy causing agents in the air are called aeroallergens. That is nothing but the, we are observing the some allergic agents are present in the air. We are experiencing some pollen grains or some allergic agents causes skin diseases or respiratory tract diseases. Those materials are nothing but the aeroallergens. For example, aeroallergens, for example, house dust allergens, pollen grains, cosmetics. For example, house dust allergens related to the respiratory tract as well as skin diseases. Pollen grains also related to the respiratory tract and as well as skin diseases. Next one, cosmetics related to the skin allergens. The allergy caused by them are known as aeroallergy. How aerosols launches? How aerosolization, after aerosolization forms, how aerosols launches in the air. First one, we observe the wind blown, long suspension time, and it shows the wind blown. For example, wind చాలా ఎక్కువగా వస్తుంటే it shows the long suspension time. We are the mechanical, that is the machine fans, air conditioners are responsible for the aerosolization. Next, human and animal breath. For example, breathe, cough, sneezing, laugh, talk. For example, coronavirus, we observe that the sneezing, coughing. Due to the sneezing and coughing, we are observing the formation of the aerosols. These aerosols are responsible for the transmission of virus, coronavirus, from one person to another person through air. That is nothing but the formation of the aerosolization. Man's action, that is ploughing, digging, excavation, constructions, irrigation and fertilizers. Next one is coming to the water droplets, fountains, rains, seashores, waves, streams and ponds, rivers. Next one, transportation. How the aerosols are transported. Speed of wind, launching force. The force of airborne particles is depend on the kinetic energy gained by it from the force at which it is launched to the atmosphere and the wind speed. Transport of bioaerosol can be defined in terms of time and distance. Aerosols deposition. Bioaerosol deposition depends on gravity settling. We are observing that three different types of aerosols: small, medium and large. Surface impaction, rain deposition. High rain deposition, it leads to the increase in the humidity, leads to the formation of the aerosolization. For example, low surface tension, high surface tension leads to the formation of the aerosols. Control in indoor environments, laboratory control. Mechanisms to control bioaerosols in laboratory. We are observing the laminar airflows, radiations, ventilation. We are observing the radiations, that is nothing but the UV radiation. We are observing we are using in laboratory UV light for the minimizing the air environmental contamination. Ventilations, biocide control, fumigations, physical isolations. Okay, such airborne pathogen control is important, and today many organizations like WHO is taking care of it. Many resistant bugs are found and controlling them is a new challenge for science. Let us all fight with them jointly by strictly adhering to regulations and other standards set for antibiotic uses. Now coming to the which type of viruses present transmitted through air and causes infections in humans. We are observing the different types of viruses that causing diseases that group and source. We are observing the rhinovirus. Rhinovirus causes colds. These are the contagious disease. Rhinovirus causes cold in human beings. Also we are observing the ecovirus. It causes cold. It causes diseases in human beings. Reovirus also cause cold and human beings. Pogovirus, it causes rubella in human beings. Adenovirus, it also causes cold in human beings. Orthomyxovirus, it causes influenza flu. It is in human beings. Coronavirus, we are observing the coronavirus, it called colds, contagious in human beings. Morbillivirus, measles, contagious in human beings. Varicella zoster chickenpox virus is contagious in human beings. Parainfluenza flu, contagious human beings. Respiratory syncytial virus causes pneumonia. It is contagious in humans. Pox virus, variola virus, that is nothing but the smallpox virus, is contagious in humans. Paramyxovirus is mumps, it contagious in humans. Next, coming to the bacteria present in the air which transmits infection in human beings. We are observing in that bacteria, disease, group and source. First one is Mycoplasma pneumoniae. It causes pneumonia, contagious in human beings. Chlamydia pneumonia, it causes pneumonia as well as bronchitis in human beings. Klebsiella pneumonia, opportunistic infection in human beings. Haemophilus influenza, it causes meningitis in human beings. Actinomycetes israelis, actinomycosis in human beings. Cardiobacterium, this is the opportunistic infections in human beings. Alkalizans, this is also opportunistic infections in human beings. Now, Bordetella pertussis, that is nothing but the whooping cough in human beings. Mycobacterium tuberculosis, that is nothing but the TB in human beings. Streptococcus pneumonia, otitis media in human beings. Staphylococcus aureus, Opportunistic infections in human beings. Staphylococcus epidermis, non-respiratory airborne infections in human beings. Corynebacteria diphtheria, that is diphtheria causing bacteria in human beings. Neisseria meningitis causing bacteria in human beings. Salmonella typhoid in human beings. These are the bacteria. Some bacteria we are observing airborne infections. Next one is airborne fungal diseases. First one is aspergillosis. This aspergillosis is caused by the Aspergillus species. Fungal species of genus Aspergillus seen to be present both in outdoor and indoor environment is responsible for the disease. Aspergillus and individuals with weakened immune system is more prone to this pathogen. The fungus targets the lungs and also known to develop some allergic reactions. Next one, cryptococcosis. The fungal spores of the cryptococcus. This is caused by the cryptococcus species. The cryptococcus neoformans present in air is responsible for lung infection and may also affect the brain by causing inflammation. Thus, the above discussed pathogens and the types of diseases caused by them makes clear that the infectious agents not only spread through the contaminated water and spoiled food, but also through the omnipresent air, and people with weak immune system becomes the first victims of these diseases.